In America today was the environmental and public health disaster known as Halloween, where kids dress up in single-use costumes and eat 40 pounds of sugar because 500 years ago people were scared of the dark or something. But it's not just kids dressing up in costumes, it's also grown men.
Climbing aboard a garbage truck in Green Bay that had his campaign's logo on the side.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
Former President Trump embraced his latest political set piece as he amped up his attacks on Democrats.
250 million people are not garbage. I can tell you who the real garbage is, but we won't say that.
Okay, so you dressed up as a garbage man because you say Biden called your supporters garbage, and you're saying they're not garbage, but you're taking out the garbage, which is someone else, but you won't tell us who it is. And also, no one should call anyone garbage, but you just did because you're the garbage man. So, in other words, the perfect metaphor. By the way, for anyone thinking of dressing up as Trump for Halloween, you gotta be really careful at this point because it's getting kind of close to blackface, or you know what I mean? But you know what? It doesn't matter how weird you look, or how stupid your metaphor is, or how badly you f*** it up, as long as you look great getting into that garbage truck.
Donald Trump actually climbing, I should say, stumbling into a garbage truck.
Nailed it. And to be fair, if Joe Biden did that, it would have broken every bone in his body. But look at how hard Trump is committing to the whole garbage thing. I mean, if only Joe Biden had been like, all of Trump's supporters are always gargling their own piss. And he'd be like, is that what you think? Make America great again. I'll show you. Now, I'm not a professional expert pundit, but I think it's very unlikely that this race will be decided by the war over garbage, because there's a much more important battle here. Boobs versus balls.
This presidential race could be a battle of the sexes.
This election cycle, the 30-point gender gap between men and women is stark, with NBC News polling showing women supporting Vice President Harris by a 14-point margin.
If Harris wins, it'd be because women crawled over broken glass to break the glass ceiling.
Okay, so there was a glass on the floor before they broke the glass ceiling. So then, where did the broken glass come from if the ceiling is... Why is everyone in America so bad at metaphors? Look, I don't know why Trump does badly with women, okay? I mean, yeah, sure, he shredded their reproductive rights or whatever, but he's only been accused of groping 26 of them. Oh, what? Sorry. What's that? There was a new one last week. Oh, okay. 27. Oh, sorry. What was that? There was a new one yesterday. Okay. Well, look, I can understand why no one heard about it. Okay, the media had a big garbage truck story to cover, but Trump isn't giving up. He made another pitch to women last night in a way that wasn't creepy at all.
My people told me about 4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why? They said, we think it's very inappropriate for you to say, so why? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
You know, there's a name for when you take care of a woman who doesn't want you to take care of her. It's called kidnapping. And there is no situation where whether you like it or not is a good sales pitch. Unlimited shrimp, whether you like it or not, would be a pass from me. So Trump's reaching out to women as successfully as he reached out to that garbage truck door. Meanwhile, Kamala supporters are trying to win even more female voters with a stealth campaign to sway hesitant women in conservative areas.
Sticky notes reminding women that their vote is secret have been popping up in women's bathrooms all over the country, thanks to a viral grassroots campaign by Kamala Harris supporters.
This is a campaign to put these Post-it notes in the bathrooms, giving women the permission to vote for who they want to. So It says nobody knows who you vote for, so vote for who you want or vote Harris for women's rights.
How many of these have you made?
We've made thousands, thousands and thousands. I saw it online, and all the women in my area, they're all doing it. They're literally driving up to Wisconsin to the truck stops just to do this.
Damn, that is the most wholesome reason to visit a truck stop bathroom. I mean, just imagine how disappointed you'd be seeing one of these coming out of a glory hole. But that's right. Kamala supporters think there are a lot of women who would vote for her if they knew their husbands or neighbors wouldn't find out. So they're going all the way into women's bathrooms to let them know. And you may laugh at that, but polls consistently show that the most important voting bloc in Michigan is women on the road trips who have diarrhea. And I guess this is an interesting idea, but is there any place left that we can't be safe from political ads? I mean, a public bathroom is a sacred place where we're not Democrats or Republicans. We're just Americans who are hoping a handicapped person doesn't need the handicapped stall while I'm in there. I just don't know if this is gonna work. I've never seen anything in a bathroom that's changed my opinion. For a good time, call Megan. Please wash your hands. I'm not doing any of that. But if you're a woman who doesn't go to the bathroom, and I know some women don't because I've never seen my wife take a shit, ever. Harris supporters have put out TV ads reminding women with conservative husbands that their votes are a secret too.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose, you can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
Did you make the right choice?
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the booth stays in the booth.
Did that stay in the booth? I mean, I don't know if it could be more obvious that something was going on with those women. I mean, if I was their husband, I'd be like, wait, okay, you guys are either voting for Kamala or you're having an affair, okay? Because there's a lot of electricity here, and I'm scared, but I'm also turned on. If all that extra long staring wasn't suspicious enough, there's another ad where the women are even more obvious.
You still voting for him?
Hell yeah.
What about your wife?
She doesn't like him, but she's voting for him.
Same with mine.
Guys, you gotta stop mouthing Kamala. It's supposed to be a secret conspiracy. It's like, we're voting for Kamala, right? I said, are we voting for Kamala? Yes, but we have to keep it a secret or our sinister husbands will murder us. Hey, is it weird that they're like 50 years older than us? Seriously, look at those husbands. Like, you don't have to mouth it. I'm pretty sure they won't listen to you even if you talk at full volume, okay? And maybe I'm just being a heroic feminist here, as usual, but isn't it a little sexist for these ads to suggest that women are morons who don't know how to vote? But, you know, I guess it's okay because they're also saying that men are morons who don't know how to vote.
Come on, boys. Let's make America great again. It's your turn, buddy.
Before you cast your vote in this election, think about how it'll impact the people you care about the most.
Daddy!
Remember, you can vote any way you want, and no one will ever know.
Do your patriotic duty?
You bet I did, brother.
What happens in the booth stays in the booth.
Okay, so the women are secretly voting for Kamala, but the men who are threatening them are also voting for Kamala? It's gonna be so romantic when they all find out. It's gonna be like that stupid Pina Colada song. And by the way, why is everybody in these ads voting in groups? I've never seen a group of bros just vote together like they're heading to a tailgate. And also, this guy walked into the voting room with his bros, but then walked out with his family? I mean, what the is happening? I get the woman ad, but this ad is ridiculous, okay? No real man is gonna prioritize his wife and daughter over a guy with his own customized garbage truck, okay? You know how cool that is? You can't beat that. Now, if you're worried that trying to secretly coordinate votes with eye contact might be too confusing, Well, here's a new ad that will clarify absolutely nothing.
All right, everyone, time to vote.
Let's all vote the right way, if you know what I mean.
Of course, honey.
Remember that this election, you can vote for whoever you want. And no one has to know. No one at all. Your vote is secret from everyone, which means the choice is totally up to you. This election, let's celebrate our power to choose. So cast your ballot with confidence. Because this ballot is all yours. The secret ballot is what makes America, America. It's as American as apple pie. So this election day, remember, don't get distracted by nodding. Focus on making your voice heard.
Ready to turn in your ballot, honey?
Sure am.
Polls are closed. You've been standing there nodding for 13 hours.
Stop it! Okay, all right. Thank you for your time.